Okay, ladies, now let's get information. I start off like that. You know, that's the song by Beyonce that came out in 2016 in the infamous Super Bowl where she had the afro. I want to make this a follow up to why it seems like so many brown women being single is such a problem for a lot of people. And I said that it seems to me that people want so-called brown women, a lot of brown women, their minds to constantly stay occupied. Because when they say get information, I said that word together for a reason. It's not just information, get information. Okay, vibrate higher. When you vibrate higher, you get access to different types of information. You get access to different lights. You vibrate higher. You have access to things that you already knew without reading a book. And you just happen to find it and confirm what somebody else put it somewhere in the book. But you had access to it just because you were vibrating higher. The information just came to you. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay? Because this is a virtual reality. And everything that we take in is information. Even when we think we're eating food, it's really not, the food is not physically there. The only thing we take in is information. We're just taking in information. So, okay, ladies, now let's get information. It's time to vibrate higher to get out of the lower vibratory type of consciousness into a higher consciousness. Get some more information. Get more information. And so it's like, I rarely, but see, those channels do exist, but though they don't get a whole lot of subscribers. So people do talk about self-care, but they just don't get a lot of subscribers. And to be honest with you, I realize that I use a black screen, but honestly, even ladies who show their face, they go on vlogs and stuff like that, and they show everything that they're doing and shopping and going to restaurants, but they talk about self-care most of the time, so they don't get a lot of views. They barely get more views than I get, and they've been around much longer than I have. And I have a black screen, but those ladies who show their face, they show their places they stay in, they talk about nothing but mostly self-care and the things that they do for themselves to improve themselves. And guess what? They have been around for 10 years. Their channels have been around for 10 years or more. And that video, most of their videos, because it's not drama filled, they're just talking about self-care, that video for the whole day would be good to get 300 views. After they done been around for over 10 years. So it's not a popular type of conversation. Nowadays, people are interested in making money and talking about self-care a lot. Now, some people do talk about self-care, but it's mixed with other drama that's going on in the world, right? So it's like, yeah, some people do talk about self-care and things like that, but they bring in, they might name drop somebody. They might name drop a celebrity or talk about something that has broke the internet, right? So they can use that to draw attention to their channel. Because if it was just about what have you done to show self-love today, if that's what they just going to title the video, ain't nobody hardly going to see it. So they got to put somebody named like Nicki Minaj and what she did, and oh, everybody going to go see that video because it say Nicki Minaj, right? And that's just, I mean, that's what they do to draw the attention. But I want to go back to ladies, okay, ladies, now let's get information. Get information. Vibrate higher. Get to new lights, enlightenment. It's this video called 6-Inch Heels with Beyonce. If you remember the Lemonade album and the whole thing, all the videos. And this one called 6-Inch Heels. And they were showing Beyonce up in this dress. And it was like all these ladies was dressed in these dresses, but they looked like they could have been from the doggone late 1800s, early 1900s. And these ladies, these black women were dressed in these dresses. You know, like they were waiting for Mr. or something. I don't know. But they were in a dark room, and Beyonce was this light was swinging this light around in this dark room around those ladies that was just sitting in these chairs in the dark. And you know, that light, I recognize it to be enlightenment, because I see those lights when I do my meditations. I see those lights. I see a light come on. I see a light bulb. I see a lamp. This the light that Beyonce was swinging. Enlightenment. Let's get information. You get into new lights. You get more enlightened. You get into new information. Okay? And so I feel like nobody wants to give the message to brown women on a mass scale. Nobody really wants brown women to really take care of themselves like that, and not really worried about laying up under some man. Not worried about getting married right now. You don't want to have a child. I mean, if you do have a child, that's fine with me. I'm just saying, in this type of society, under this type of climate that's going on right now, that you know, a lot of people really don't have control over. And you want to bring a child into this, where brown people, black people, whoever, they're still counted as nothing. And then you bring a child into a world that rejects you, your skin complexion, and your child, and you bring a child into that. No. Just for me, because I can't speak for nobody else, I don't want to bring a child into a world where I don't feel like I have power. And right now, where I am consciously, I am not at the level of power that I want to have, because I should be able to control the weather, because I know that a lot of us, somebody else is manipulating the weather. The weather that we have is not natural. So I shouldn't be okay with it. If it's not natural, somebody else is controlling, and somebody else is controlling a lot of our universe, because we don't have control of our own universe. And if I don't have enough control of my own universe to stop the rain when I don't want it to rain, then I don't want to bring a child into the world. I don't want to bring a child into a world where, you know, you got to put on something to go outside because you can't even, it's dangerous to breathe. Or something's always happening with the food, and now you can't trust the food. Something's going on with the soil. And this is the world that I'm in, because I haven't learned my true power yet. This is the world I'm continue to be in, because I don't know my true power yet. I used to know my real power, but we fell in vibration. I mean, that was the time I knew all of my power. We fell in vibration. And why did we fall in vibration? A lot of us, it's because of love. We think we love our desires. A lot of women, it's desires. You saw Beyonce, if you look at that, I just happened to listen to the whole Lemonade album again, but I remember all of the videos. In the first one, it's about, huh, 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 huh. You know that one? And she's walking, and she has this black hoodie on with the hood over her head, and then she has the zipper part where you will zip it, where you pull the zipper, it's on her forehead. So it's almost like she was blocked, like information is blocked. Something is happening with her third eye or her first eye, where her information is blocked, and she forgot who she was, and she forgot everything. That's just how I'm taking it, because I know that's where I was. There was a time when I knew all my power, and I fell in vibration. Okay, and then she fell, and she was underwater and all this stuff, and you know. And then she come out, hold up, they don't love you like I love you, slow down. Now she fall in love with this man. She going crazy over this man. And she wearing yellow, she having a fight, and then she goes into this underground, like she's underground. This is an underworld. They're literally showing where she went to the underworld. And she having these braids and stuff and talking about don't hurt yourself. Now she got to become the man. She got to become like a man. She become masculine and all that stuff. Patriarchy. Patriarchy. Okay, this man don't appreciate who she is. Okay. But then, you know, then when you look at the video, of course, because, you know, Jay-Z was involved in that production. So towards the end, here goes Jay-Z coming back. Here she go with forgiveness and bringing him back. Well, forgiveness ain't got nothing to do with letting somebody in your life that shouldn't be in your life. Forgiveness is what I learned through my work on myself. It's all about releasing. It ain't about forgiving certain people, because multiple lifetimes are up in your shadow. And then you have multiple timelines that you're not aware of. You're only aware of your current timeline right now, but you have multiple timelines of yourself, multiple versions of yourself with shadows and that you're not even aware of, that person had a life too. Okay, that person had a life. That person been through something. That person has its own shadow. Because we're fractured, fragmented. So it's like, it's not about trying to remember all these folks and I forgive so and so. You can't remember everybody's name because it's multiple timelines that you're in that you're not even aware of. So how do you know who to call, who names to call, who to keep forgiving? So that forgiveness to me is about releasing. It's not about trying to think about who did you wrong and forgive them. It ain't about the person. Okay. It's really like this movie called Bliss. It's a movie called Bliss that came out with Selma Hayek and Owen Wilson. And it's a movie called Bliss. And it's about observe and release it. Observe it and release it. Because everything is an illusion. It's an illusion. The world that you see is an illusion. So everything that you feel like is happening to you is not really happening to you. But we connect so much to our characters that we think this person really hurt us because we are connected to our senses and emotions and all that stuff. And the character that we kind of created that we feel like this actually happened to us and this didn't happen to the actual person. This happened to our avatar. This happened to our character inside the game. And so even with that movie called Bliss, it's like observe and release. Observe and release. That's bliss. Like, release it, release it. Don't hold on to all this stuff because none of it is real. That's a good movie to watch if you ever seen a movie called Bliss, BLIS.